It is a trip north of the Tyne today. We've got a few businesses in Newcastle and above, and again, they don't know that we're coming along today, so it'll be interesting to see what the reaction is. It'll be usually the same. They'll go into absolute panic mode and start picking up the pace. But it's good. It's good to see what they're doing when you're not expected to be there, as we've done in previous videos, to make sure that the brand is being represented well, making sure everyone's doing what they should be, seeing what problems that we've got, what challenges we might have, and seeing how the staff on the day cope with that. So weather's not on our side for indoor play, so I don't know whether we're in for a busy day, a quiet day, or to play for when we get there for sure. The road to success, or the life of an entrepreneur, the story of a business owner, it can be tough, there's no doubt about it, but it's completely on how you address the situation. As I've spoken in previous videos, life of an entrepreneur sometimes can be stressful if you allow it, but as I've talked in previous videos, there's good and bad stress for me. You've just got to understand that these challenges that you're facing, you have to get them. You have to take the learns in them, because that is going to take you to the next level in Jumanji. You just haven't encountered them sort of problems before. As the greats always talk about, your level of results will be in direct line with your level of thinking. So because we've about to step into the worlds of 10, 20, 30 million pound businesses, we're going to encounter issues and problems with that we haven't had to do previously, but we'll figure it out. That's the beauty of it. As Les Brown says, did you die? And if the answer is no, you did not die, then it's a learn. It's as simple as that. And I know it's quite a way to view it, but you just got to power on through. Don't get life getting you down, because life's a beautiful thing. Just treat it as a beautiful thing, and it'll reward you as a beautiful thing. So if you want to get curious, get into the universal laws. So we're outside of one of our sites in Newcastle. Again, they don't know that we're here today, so we'll go and have a bit of a look to see what they're up to. See what their reaction is for us to come in here. It's all looking pretty festive. They've clearly got their Christmas decorations out. Happy Father Christmas. Look at her. She's wearing now. All right. Want to reposition this whole area. We're looking at putting a gift shop in here. There's a bit of an experience when people are coming out. This massive space, if you look at the size of the reception area, it's like the size of a 3-bed house. Something that we're always consciously aware of is stock and sitting on stock. It's a hard game to be in. You never want to be over ordering, but you also don't want to be caught short with not having any stock in. Obviously at the weekend we go through fruit shoots and simply fruities like there's no tomorrow, so getting them into some form of ordering, getting people aware to buy secondary spends, festive numbers like that. We put a lot of work into our sort of servery, because as I always try to push average spend per customer, average spend per head. And obviously when people are in the sort of premise and things like that, secondary spend is massively important. So I'm a bit of a stickler for making sure that the servery is good at all times. Asking obviously us to stock the servery is never a good, and if that's our only cake offering at the moment, that's a pretty poor show. So we need to sort this out then. expecting people to spend money, and there's no places that they can spend money. Observation there. What I would like to see is obviously got no gear in there.
I know we'll be busy doing mix-ups.
So if we can get some stuff put on there, that'll be helpful.
I will do that now.
Gotta be in it to win it. Donna loves feedback. She loves feedback. She loves it when I'm on site.
How long are you here for?
Interesting feedback there from one of the managers. She said we haven't seen it so quiet in a while, and I said the beauty of what we do is we see data across all of our sites, and I'm saying it's not just an isolated situation. It's a nationwide thing that's going on. Obviously, off the back of COVID, 2022 was the hottest summer since records began. It's the middle of November now, and it's 14, 15 degrees outside. So indoor play is always a weather-dependent business. So I've said, look, we've got to take rough with the smooth. We get into the winter periods when it's February is always a renowned to be your busiest time in indoor play. That's just the way it goes. It's the nature of the beast. So just obviously keeping people's spirits up to say that, you know, we're all in it together. It's a case of don't worry. You know, we've just got other ways to make money as we go. Obviously, they've got a lot of parties in today, so just because there's not a lot of general admissions in and things like that, concentrate on the parties, and obviously they also bring the main bulk of your money in. I think there's a fine line between coming in and hitting staff with stick as opposed to have you thought about doing it this way. So you've got to come from it from a leadership style. You just want to be making sure that you've got the team support, but showing them how they can make their lives easier. We obviously track things at a serious level, all of our data, the KPIs, knowing exactly how much a kid's meal goes out for, what we're buying that in for, the return that we're getting on that. So it's just a case of teaching them every day. Every day is a school day, as I always say. So it's making sure that there's a fine balance between obviously being firm but fair, and understanding that if they've made a judgment call in a certain type of scenario, if they can justify why they've done that, we're cool with that. But there's always ways to make things more efficient. We see a lot of what we do across all of the sites. So the servery, the floor, the spend, we know our best products, and it's a case of if we know what the best product is across all of the sites, we'd ask ourselves why isn't that product on show or display. Like we've said here, we know that a big impact is cake. Like I say, when we've only got one slice there, you know, there's learns to be had. We've got Emma and Katie. I like to say I've never met Katie before. New recruit, lovely to see her. Emma, how many parties have we got on today?
3 today.
Looking busy?
Yeah, it's pretty busy.
So tell me what your day consists of. What have you still got left to do on this party?
We've still got a mascot visit and to sing happy birthday, and then hopefully they'll find the last dragon egg and the dragon.
Sounds like it's going on. Happy campers. Like, that's what it's about. That rubs off on people. You're the part still, you're saying there, got potentially one over the line party booking off what you've just done.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
That's not a coincidence. That's because when they say you have a good time, you see all the kids having a good time, and that's completely reciprocated in what they're seeing. So as far as what we ask you to do, mate, you should be proud. Like, just wish you weren't so.
Thank you.
I know she'll want to steal you, but if you're back home at the weekends, but there should be an opportunity for Emma.
It's hard, isn't it, on you?
Well, there should be an opportunity for you to be here, but if you don't want to, if you're not coming back to Newcastle every weekend, Thursday's only down the road. No, I'm saying it should be balanced out.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Mate, if I could phone what have you seen there across all the sites, we'd be laughing. So, yeah. My reaction coming out of there is quite simply that we've got a girl there that came to work for us when she was 16. She's gone off to uni. She's come back, probably 150 miles this weekend, and then she still asks whether she can work, and because of her work ethic and the way she is, a personality, we absolutely said yes, we would love to have you back, because from what I've seen there, that was an exemplary performance of everything that I ever ask anybody to do. Be willing, show willing, get involved, have a great time, but most importantly, have fun. Have fun. That rubbed off. There's no coincidence there that we've had multiple party bookings come off the back of that party today. There's 2 people that have come up wanting to book their parties because of their experience that they've had today. That isn't a coincidence. That is purely down to the fact that you had Emma there as a fantastic party host who gave that child a great experience. And for me, that, like I say, it got me quite emotional. And it's going to again, because when we do this crazy thing called children's parties, it's probably the most singular, most important day of a family's or a young family's calendar. You know, a children's party, the days that you'll never forget for as long as you live. And it's a case of, we get the honour of being able to host that experience when all the family are in, and you can see the way that the kid was singing happy birthday there, of how much of a good time she's had. And as I say, in business, it's a great opportunity that financial reward is a byproduct. If you go in from the right intentions of doing something from a place of love and a place from your heart, the financial reward is just as an added bonus. To be able to give young families that experience, for me, is there's no better feeling.